Hi folks, it's Todd with Survival Sherpa. I'm out here today and I wanted to start a review on William Collins knives, which was sent to me. This is the Master Woodsman, and I'll show you a better look at it in just a moment. But I think I'm the fourth guy in a row or in the line to receive this knife to review. I've had it for about a month now, a little over a month, and been using it. So as you can see here, it's called the Master Woodsman, and my first impressions of it was I do like this Scandi grind, which actually that's a 11-degree bevel that goes all the way down through the saber grind as well. So it's basically a secondary bevel right here that follows the 11-degree all the way out to the point. I wasn't sure about it. I like the way it fits in my hand, and it felt good. It's a longer knife than I'm used to using. I usually use a 4 to 5 inch knife. This blade is 6 inches. It's got the pommel here, which is exposed. If you can see, it's got a lanyard inside a lanyard loop or hole inside the micarta handle. This is 1095 steel. As you can see, it's been used, and when I got it, I cleaned it up just a little bit, but not a lot. I will clean it up before I send it back to William. But this knife, let's get it started on say a bow drill fire. Okay. Again, that palm swell in the handle feels really good in my hand. I'm just going to do a cross grain perpendicular to the grain and see how she holds up. Pretty easily. Okay. Okay. So I think we can make that work. We're going to take a look at how this does on this hardwood. If you've ever messed with any dogwood, you know that it's a very hard wood. I want you to see how this thing cuts through this dogwood. Oh yeah, I like how she's doing this. So I do like the way it carves up close to the handle on that Scandi. Okay. It's got a lot of good attributes for woodcraft. So I'll keep showing you guys more. All right, another feature that I have to have in my knives is a good sharp spine. Okay, something that's perpendicular to the blade. Something. Look at that, coming off of that. You see that? That's Georgia fat lighter. Good stuff. I've got shavings going everywhere. And there it is. Peels that metal off of this ferro rod like nobody's business. Really good sparks. Okay, so that's a win right there. That's a win. That 90-degree spine. All right, folks. Still testing this or playing William Collins Master Woodsman knife. So I've got it out here again today, and thought I'd do a little chopping with it. I don't chop with knives, but this. I'm gonna tell you, it will chop. It gives you good leverage on that back bulb. Yeah, I'd say it's a good chopper, William. It's a beast, William. That little sweet gum I cut down, I came back to camp and I've cut it into lengths for a bucksaw. Cut a notch here. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So it did the detail work that I needed it to do. I was able to get up here in this Scandi grind and really do some good removal on this large wood here. Did some chopping with it on it. Did the notching with it. Pretty much everything. So anyway, this is a tool that will build other tools. Does a good job as a draw knife removing fine shavings. It'll also hog off some wood, and so let's take a little look at that. So, as a tool in the woods, I do like the fact that it's 6-inch blade. You can sink an inch or so into a piece of wood and use this as a draw knife. So, the William Collins Master Woodsman. Fine piece of work by William Collins. Got a butt on the green egg over there, smoking it for Father's Day tomorrow, celebrating my dad. And I was sitting here thinking about the contours of this handle on the Master Woodsman, and I thought, you know what? That thing kind of lends itself to being able to be lashed to the end of a stick. I just tied off with a jam knot up here, and did a few wraps around it, and finished it off with a down here on the wood side with a clove hitch. Now, this is just ivy growing up a tree, but you can see it's got a lot of reach. Knocked that one down, didn't really cut it, but there you go. Cutting some of it now. So, there you go. Just thought you might want to see that you know, with the Coke bottle handles, got these two bulbs here that can be lashed onto a stick. Use it for whatever you need to use it for. Spear, something like that. You know, whatever. I've been reviewing this knife or playing with it, using it pretty hard for the last month or so, and I just wanted to go over some things here that I like and don't like about the knife. I've already talked a lot about what I like about the knife. One of the things that I wanted to talk about here was, and I may have mentioned it already, I'll edit it out if I haven't, but if you're looking at this blade, there's just the slight rise on the spine. Not a lot, but even that much here and here, I can still feel the palm swell feels good in my hand. But that right there, I noticed about a week or so ago after I was using it that it started to create a little bit of a hot spot in the V of my hand. Right here where I grip the knife in an overhand grip, and I started noticing that. It's not much, but like I said, it's enough for me to be concerned about. I would have William file that down, get it smoothed out just a little more if it was my knife. The other point of concern I have is this. If you could see this little edge right here at the front of my my Carta handle is sharp. Now I understand the idea behind that is to, I mean, right here in this corner you can do some work with that, with both this short sharpened edge and your Scandi grind. But for me personally, when I'm like, I can feel it there. If I'm choked up on the knife, I can still feel that little point there, and if I'm not careful, I could possibly, you know, nick my finger. Of course, now when I'm doing work choked up like this, my normal way of doing that is a loose finger anyway, so it's not a huge deal. But again, these knives are built custom made. He didn't have, you know, 100 of them on the shelf waiting to go out. So you can call William and get anything on this knife changed the way you want it. You've got a winner here, I do believe, and if you are interested in this knife, contact William Collins at WC Knives, and I would recommend it for anyone who would like a tool that can actually make other tools. So the thing I really love about it is the fact that it's made in America by a man who is passionate about knives and puts his heart and soul into what he makes. So it's made in America, and it's a great tool. So you guys take care. Again, I'll put info on how to order these, and it's customized. I mean, you can customize this knife to whatever suits your fancy. Okay, so I will put a link in there to William's contact information so that you can get in touch with him. You got a good one here. You guys take care, and remember to keep doing the stuff of self-reliance. Talk to you next time.